You know what, guys? I'm going to be honest with the audience here on the Sports Cubicle. It's Devin Tingle, Paul Shivari, and myself, Mike Mercado, here on WCPT 820 AM. When you're trying to do as much live content, as much as you can react to content in the sports world, it just seems like there's never enough time or showtime, because as we were reacting to Selection Sunday, Tom Brady decided to break the sports world. This is from Brady's social media account. These past 2 months, I've realized my place is still on the field and not in the stands. That time will come, but it's not now. I love my teammates and I love my supportive family. They make it all possible. I'm coming back for my 23rd season in Tampa. The 44-year-old Brady led the NFL in yards passing, touchdowns, completions, and attempts in 2021 before losing to the eventual Super Bowl champion LA Rams. I mean, he is the GOAT already. He has already made it impossible for any quarterback in this era. The quarterback that might surpass him might not even be born yet. That's how much this guy has already solidified his spot. But Tom Brady coming back, this is after the news of seeing Russell Wilson in Denver, seeing Aaron Rodgers stay in Green Bay. The news about Deshaun Watson is up in the air, whether he's going to go to New Orleans or Atlanta. There's a lot going on. I'm going to go to the man wearing the Tom Brady Tampa Bay jersey. Devin, you hear this news. The GOAT is coming back. Your initial thoughts when you saw he announced his unretirement coming back to the NFL?
Well, first thing first, Mercado, I honestly thought Tom Brady was going to go and play a brief stint in baseball before coming back to the NFL. I mean, if he's really trying to do this Michael Jordan thing, you got to leave the sport for a decent amount of time, try something different, and then come right back. But I mean, Brady, it's very weird for a guy who's 45 on his 22nd season. When he retired, it's like, I still think you got some gas in the tank. And, Tom Brady himself said he's like, he wanted to play till 50, but 50 is a very long time here. But as we've learned, especially in the NFL, we've seen, quarterbacks and kickers, they're guys that can play until their elder age. I mean, I believe Tom Brady now is probably the oldest active quarterback in history, if memory serves me right. Because I believe even Favre was younger than him.
I don't know if we count George Blanda. He was like 46, but I don't know if he was just a kicker at that point or a quarterback as well.
Okay.
That's a little for all you history nerds. Let us know on Twitter at Sports Cubicle TV. But continue, Devin, your thoughts on Brady's return.
Yeah, I'm the young guy here. So, I mean, it's definitely interesting because it didn't seem like Tom Brady or the Tampa Bay Buccaneers were a team where it's like maybe they should hang it up here. And now there's speculations. Is Gronk going to come back? They're probably not going to have Antonio Brown anymore. And Tom Brady, as we've known, he's always the guy who's willing to take a pay cut if it can mean the rest of the team is so good. But, I mean, I'm kind of excited. As I've said before, I think seeing Tom Brady win 8 would be great because now he is one player who has more Super Bowls than any one team in the NFL. And it's always cool to see things like history like that being made. Like whether you love Tom Brady or hate him, though, you can't admit he is, if not the greatest of all time, definitely one of them. I do worry that, this could turn into, how Brett Favre ended his career. It's like, you need to hang it up, dude. You finished 2-14. But I feel Brady's one of those guys, he would know to hang it up better before then. And you can call me crazy. I don't think Brady has that Brett Favre ego. As much as I think Brady wants to go out winning that Super Bowl, I think if he does start to feel like time is against his side here, he'll hang it up. But he wants to play till 50. I think that'd be pretty cool. I mean, at the rate we're going, he's going to be in his 70s, like, I got this, still throwing at least, 300 yards a game. But again, like my grandpa, God rest in peace, he was a huge Tom Brady fan. So, I mean, it's kind of happy to see this is the one thing that continues from, all this time.
Yeah, and we will see how it continues. They have a really good team. And he is going to be able to make his money and try to go for one more. Paulie, you hear that the boogeyman in the NFL returns for one more season in Florida. Your thoughts of Tom Brady returning to be a Buccaneer for what seems to be one last ride?
Well, I blame Ronaldo, the famous soccer player, just to tie it back into soccer because you know how I do. Mm-hmm. On Saturday, they were after the Manchester United game. Tom Brady went to Old Trafford and he was on the field. I think his son was getting something autographed by Ronaldo, and you could see Ronaldo kind of ask him and I don't know exactly what he said, but it looked like along the lines of like, so are you done or are you coming back or whatever? And you could see, the hesitation in Brady's face of like, he wasn't sure, but he's like, kind of like, like, are you finished? And he's like, I don't know, something along those lines.
Paulie, it's you're finished, right?
That's you're finished, right? Yeah. Okay. I didn't know what he said, but it was something along those lines. Yeah. And it was just neat to see, because you're talking about two of the all-time greats right there. Arguably the greatest soccer player in history asking arguably the greatest NFL quarterback of all time, are you finished? And of course, Ronaldo's on the tail end of his career. He's like 37. It's just neat to see game recognize game, and two competitors that are just like, yeah, man, as far as I'm concerned, if I can still do it, I'm going to be there. And we're blessed that we're seeing that Tom Brady's not, this pathetic shell of himself. He's still, you listed the accomplishments, Mercado. This was, a great season, yet another great season from Tom Brady in 2021. So I think we should be thankful that at least we get another glimpse, and maybe we can all kind of appreciate the farewell tour. And maybe that was part of it. Maybe there's a little bit of convincing of like, look, you're just going to have to put up with this, that every week everyone's going to talk about, this is your last time you're here. This is the last time you're here. People are going to be giving you presents. Everyone's going to be watching your every move. And I think he's just ready to do that. And I think the NFL needs something like that. They never really got the chance to really kind of cap it off. And I think that this could be the opportunity where we get to see the Tom farewell tour, and he could possibly look good doing it, assuming that the Buccaneers are going to, continue to put a good team around him.
And what's so fun is that you're seeing the potential of the only thing greater than retiring after winning a Super Bowl is retiring, coming back and winning a Super Bowl. And they have a good enough team to do it. And what's crazy is at his age, coming back from retirement, even though it was just 6 weeks, he's automatically a top 5 quarterback in the NFC. That goes to show how strong the AFC is at one half, but just how much the NFC is struggling. Devin, final thoughts.
No, I was just going to make a joke. It's always funny, Mercado. We have these young guys on the show, and I'm like, we're slacking. It's like, Tom Brady's, it's like, for one, someone older than us. I can't say we're slacking, but we're in our 40s. We'll probably be slacking at the rate we're going here.
I don't think other than Jeff Bezos. Jeff Bezos is the only person that isn't slacking, that doesn't compare himself when it comes to slacking, all right, compared to Tom Brady.
Absolutely. But one question, guys. Do you think I can keep my number 12, or will I have to get a Tom Brady number 45 jersey?
Oh, yeah. Hey, you know what? It's still, at least it's going to be whatever it is. It's going to be less expensive than a fake last touchdown pass that somebody thought was the last touchdown pass. Let us know your thoughts. Tom Brady is coming back in the NFL after 6 long weeks of retirement. We're on Twitter at SportsCubicle TV. It's Devin Tingle. It's Paul Shivari. I'm Mike Mercado.